So this TikToker is a rapper. She's also a billionaire. Sort of. Let me explain. Now we're gonna call her Razzle. And Razzle is a smart woman, she works in business tech, and she loves to bust rhymes.
Spirit of a revolutionary, power of a dictator, love to be contrary, but I'm fly like a gator.
But we'll get to her raps in a second. Now, I've told you the story of Razzle before last year, but there have been some updates, so let me get you up to speed. Now, the story starts with Razzle's boyfriend, this guy, who calls himself Dutch. And Dutch also works in tech, and he's supposedly some kind of genius. And one day, back in 2016, Dutch decides to exploit a security flaw and hack a Bitcoin exchange. Oh, and Dutch doesn't just steal a little bit of money. Bro ends up stealing over 119,000 Bitcoin, which at this time is worth $72 million. Damn. And this heist is all over the news. It is a huge deal. In fact, this is such a big deal, when word gets out, it immediately makes the trading price of Bitcoin drop 20% overnight. And of course, with all this noise, this gets the attention of Homeland Security and the IRS, and they start investigating. Now Dutch, he knows he can't go on a big spending spree, it'll tip off the IRS. So he moves the Bitcoin to a different platform on the dark web. And then he just chills and waits. He doesn't touch it. And about a year goes by, and the 72 million in Bitcoin is still sitting there. So he decides, alright, it's time to launder this shit. And to launder it, he enlists the help of his romantic partner and rapper extraordinaire, Razzle.
I blame love stories, relationships.
And so Razzle and Dutch, they get to work laundering this money, and they split up the Bitcoin into tiny amounts, and they move it to thousands of different wallets using fake identities. They even create a fake company with fake employees. Like, the whole thing gets pretty elaborate. But here's what's really crazy. During all this, the value of crypto keeps rising. And over the next few years, the 72 million in Bitcoin becomes worth $4.5 billion. $4.5 billion fucking dollars. Oh my god. That makes Dutch's hack not just the biggest Bitcoin heist, but the biggest heist ever in US history. Now, considering the amount they had stolen, Dutch and Razzle, they're not spending a big chunk of it. Like, they're not out buying Bentleys and Tigers and stuff like that. No, they took some nice trips, but nothing too over the top. But during all this, Razzle starts getting more and more into social media. And she starts a TikTok account and a YouTube, and she starts building a following and putting herself online a lot more.
Guilty, 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 I'm motherfucking filthy.
And this is where she really gets into her rap career.
Motherfucking crocodile of Wall